record.
Welcome to For the Story. Stay very fucking still. This is a hold-up. Don't move a fucking muscle until you empty that goddamn cash register, or I will cover this place in your brains. I'm Ash.
Okay. And I'm Avery, and just take the money.
This week, we watched Mickey Rourke's triumphant return in The Wrestler.
We watched Mickey Rooney's triumphant return in The Curler.
We watched Mickey Mouse's...
Come on.
Mickey Mouse's triumphant return in The Steamroller.
Oh, God. I don't remember that part.
Well, I mean, he did work on the roads in this film.
Yeah, that's true. There was implicit steam.
There was
in The Fighter. Yeah. Which is what we really watched.
Yeah,
by the way.
we did watch The Fighter. Oh my God.
We watched The Fighter. This movie's been out for a long time, and I can't believe I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's got a pretty loaded cast, and it's pretty well cast.
Yeah.
And the director's a director that's people know.
Is he? Who directed this? I didn't even.
David
look.
O. Russell.
No, that I'm thinking.
He did I
don't even know.
He loves Bradley Cooper and Christian Bale.
Right.
He did Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's it. And he EP'd
American Hustle was pretty good.
Anchorman. Yeah, American Hustle actually.
He did Anchorman?
Yeah, he EP'd it. Yeah. And then
okay.
Yeah, I Heart Huckabees.
I've never heard of
that one's...
So those kind of dramatic period
and that's another
with,
Mark Wahlberg. What the fuck? David O. Russell.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's and that kind of stuff.
Oh, and
Mark Wahlberg inexplicably gets cast in great roles like this.
I will say, I Heart Huckabees has a great cast. Jason Schwartzman, Dustin Hoffman, Lily Tomlin, Jude Law, Mark Wahlberg, Naomi Watts, Kevin Dunn.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good cast.
Some beef right there. Hell yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, man. American Hustle's a fun one. Have you ever seen The Nice Guys? I think it's called.
Is the other Mark Wahlberg one where he's a weird cop movie?
No, it is a weird cop movie, but let me hold on a second. That's The Other Guys.
Oh, okay.
Which is a really similar title. No, it's got
Michael B. Jordan,
Ryan Gosling, and Russell Crowe. It's a really good one. I think you'd really like it. Yeah, if you like this movie, it's very similar. It's kind of like a period piece. It's got comedy in it, a little more so than this one did. The director is Shane Black.
Oh, I
He's
love Shane Black.
Really well known right now. Yeah, he does some good stuff. You would really like this movie.
I'd actually like to pivot cop movie into talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. I know we gotta talk about
screaming about a movie that I don't fucking understand. So Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, T'Challa, and the Russo brothers have come together to make a movie called 21 Bridges. I've seen this commercial everywhere for this movie, and here is the general plot. Someone kills 8 cops, and they shut down Manhattan.
Oh, wow. That wouldn't happen.
That's how many cops die every day in Manhattan. Are you fucking kidding me?
They shut it down? What does that even
imply?
They
shut down the bridges, and they just swarm the waters with cop boats.
So fucking military police.
Yeah. And I'm listen, Chadwick, my guy, you kind of played an Afro-fascist in Black Panther. Your character was kind of a bad guy, and now this is what you're doing a cop movie? Number one, cop movies suck. Yeah, well. I hate cop movies.
Yeah.
It's just not... They make it seem...
They're all really predictable.
Really predictable. And I always just think no, it's mostly pulling people over because the month's almost over and your quota hasn't been hit.
Exactly. That's what being a cop is really like. Not to belittle that. I'm sure that they think they're heroic, and that's very nice. They
heroically shoot a dog every 24 minutes. Never forget.
Is that true?
Statistically, cops kill dogs once every 24 minutes.
Oh my God! Just in the United States,
yeah,
or is that
we have the weirdest.
Yeah, of course. It's just. What am I saying? Yeah,
it's us in the Philippines who have weird cops who have power fetishes and love Batman.
Yeah. Oh no! Yeah. Well, shit. Damn, that's a terrible statistic.
That suck?
How buried do you think that's?
Oh, it's not.
People have attempted.
It's that one, and 40% of cops have families with domestic abuse problems. That's the other cop.
40%. That's like absurd. That's like almost too high to be a coincidence.
It's almost like don't give people extra power in society. It's bad.
Because they're gonna take it home.
They don't. The real world. It's their real world, and their real world doesn't end when they go home, and when they take off the uniform.
40%. That's fucking ridiculous.
I like to think that the way that statistic is phrased is like 40% of cops go home and their wives are like, "You're a little bitch. You're the king out there, but I'm the king in here."
No, that's the other 60%.
The other 60% are being beaten by their wives or husbands.
It's like femdom
because there are female cops. But anyway, besides a movie whose concept I don't understand, there was a lot that went on at San Diego Comic-Con this year. We have a Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie.
Yikes.
Yep.
But also, okay.
Yeah.
Are they de-aging Jay and Silent Bob? Because it really kind of looked like they are.
It kind of looks like it. I think it's just lit very bizarrely.
Maybe to make it like look as though they're not quite as old. Because like I'm pulling it up right now and they look pretty young. Maybe they're just young-looking people.
Also, Kevin Smith, he had that heart attack and like changed his life and became a fucking vegan and like got really.
He lost a lot of weight.
A lot of weight. He's in pretty good shape for him.
Good for him.
I mean, sometimes it takes a life-threatening moment.
And sometimes that can make you look younger if you like lose a whole bunch of weight like that. He looks like he's in great shape,
if you reduce
actually.
your sugar intake, sugar like will fuck with your skin elasticity and it makes you like wrinkle worse. That's why I'm always trying to lower my sugar intake to no avail.
No shit.
Because they have
to no avail. Because it's in everything.
Yeah, and they have a lot of good candies at my work. But other than that, we had some like pretty classic, DC TV. They're doing another season of Titans, new season of The Flash with Mohinder from Heroes. They're doing Snowpiercer TV series with Jennifer Connelly.
What? Are you serious? Yeah. Are you fucking with me?
Why would I pull Jennifer?
They're doing a Snowpiercer TV series?
If I was gonna make that up, why would I make Jennifer Connelly the person that's leading that cast?
I don't know, but it does seem to fit, doesn't it? Oh my God, you're completely right.
Maybe I haven't actually
seen
Spring
2020.
Top Gun Maverick,
dystopian thriller.
Which
that's stupid.
They've completely missed the. Okay, so I actually my friend is living with someone who's in that movie, and he's using that to get laid an exorbitant amount. But that's besides the point. This movie, based on the trailer, takes itself so seriously when they don't realize that the part of what made Top Gun great was how ridiculous it was, and like it was kind of almost silly.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be bad. It
looks really bad. I'll have you watch the trailer after.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Cats 2019 was announced that weekend. I don't think it was at.
Oh God!
Have you seen the commercial?
Dude, I've seen like screenshots from it, and
I don't understand.
Dude, because it's for a very, very specific niche of people.
Yeah. Spencer, I actually have a text from him. Let me read it to you.
Oh, excellent. I like Spencer texts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spencer, friend of the pod.
We're trying to coordinate more things. But no, wait, I have a screen. I think I sent it to you actually, where he just
I think I did too.
I told him, please don't text me while you're masturbating to Catgirl Spencer for the last time.
I don't think he sent me this one.
It's shocking that I've had to ask you more than once. And he said, okay, I'm finished now. He's a degenerate. Don't listen to his podcast.
No, his podcast is great. Listen to Idiots Discuss the Universe.
Listen to the one I'm on.
They're great.
And then hopefully Avery's on soon.
Yeah, I'd like to be on soon too. We got to organize that. Once I'm done moving, I'm in the middle of moving right now. It's
insane.
Fucking
and I'm changing
horrible.
jobs right now, so we're all.
Yeah. It's just everything's all over the place, but it's gonna get back in a rhythm again soon. Yes. By the way, I did move just 6 months ago. Basically the place that I'm at now, the lease is like this weird like yearly like July to from whenever you like move in to July is how long the lease lasts, and July 31st, and then we're out. We're fucking out, so it's gonna be good.
That's good.
We're moving to a much better place. This place we're at now sucks, so it's gonna be it fucking
I've
sucks.
been there twice, maybe 3 times, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Horrible.
And then the big heavy hitters are the announcements from Marvel as usual.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've seen several of these.
I'll tell you a little bit about what I know about them. So Black Widow's coming out. Florence Pugh from Midsommar is going to be playing Yelena, who's like another Black Widow. And in the trailer they presented, apparently they fight. And then there's Taskmaster. His whole ability is he has like muscle or mirror muscle powers. So if he sees you do a combat move, he can copy it perfectly. And in the trailer, she does like the twisty arm thing, and then he does it to her. Pretty sweet.
Excellent.
All right, the Eternals, where I told you I knew that Angelina Jolie was going to be in it. Angelina Jolie.
Dude, yeah, did we theorize this, or was this like a leak?
I mean, it was just kind of people were speculating because she looked a lot like Cersei. She's not actually playing Cersei. It's weird. That
is weird.
Kumail Nanjiani and Selma Hayek, among a couple other people, including an actual deaf actress for the deaf character. We don't know anything about that yet.
Paul Giamatti.
He's not in it.
You said a name that kind of sounded like Paul Giamatti.
Selma Hayek?
No,
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes. Paul Giamatti's brother.
He's in Stuber. He's the Indian Uber driver in the film Stuber with...
Oh, rad.
But he got super jacked.
Should we watch Stuber?
No, absolutely not. Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings, which is going to be sweet because they're bringing back the Mandarin, but the real Mandarin, who's a good villain.
Not the fake one that Tony Stark killed.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be the first horror movie. They're bringing Wanda Maximoff into the Doctor Strange film, and they are bringing in Nightmare, who is the commander of the Dream Dimension, and that's going to be fucking sweet.
That's going to be super rad. I'm really. What year is that coming out? I think that's a 2020 one, right?
I think that's a 2021 one. The only two coming out next year are The Eternals and Black Widow.
Oh, really?
It's a triple.
The Eternals is coming out that quick. I didn't think the turnaround was that fast.
I'm pretty sure. I might be 100% wrong, though. It might be the other way around. But then we also have Thor, Love and Thunder, and it looks like it's going to be based on Mighty Thor. And they're bringing back Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is going to be a Jedi or whatever.
No, her arc's actually really cool in the comics because her whole thing is like she has cancer, and every time she picks up Mjolnir, it like basically brings her back to square zero for where she was on chemo. So like she's dying every time that she picks up Mjolnir.
Wow, that's actually really interesting.
Isn't that interesting? And I think
that is pretty cool.
I think Taika Waititi's going to kill it. And
of course Taika's going to nail it. It's just like I cannot take the idea of Natalie Portman being a superhero seriously. Mm-hmm. It's like it's the same like hokiness I like kind of sensed when Gwyneth Paltrow was in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is dumb.
But
like who's next? Shania Twain?
To be fair, I think that she can pull it off. I really liked her in Annihilation. She was kind of an action hero in that, like more grounded. But I thought that she did
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Yeah. Annihilation was a cool movie.
Yeah, awesome.
Really interesting.
I
movie.
love the Jeff Vandermeer books that's based on the Southern Reach trilogy.
Yeah,
really good books.
Yeah,
kind of Kubrickian in their stance, and
that's fun. I could definitely tell the directors, like pretty much everybody involved with Annihilation, really liked Kubrick. I got that impression.
What's her face? Wasn't Valkyrie in that?
She was, yeah. I forget what that actress's name is, but she's been in a ton of stuff in the past few years.
She's been killing it. She's a good actress.
Yeah. What's her name? What's her name?
Something. Was that helpful?
Wait. I just looked up
Tessa Thompson.
Perfect.
Boom. And then
she's been in a ton of stuff lately.
We have the final things are kind of a hint at Phase 5, because Phase 4 is really short. It has a lot of TV shows. But Blade with Mahershala Ali, like the black guy from Alita.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a cool idea. I like the idea that they're going to bring Blade into the MCU. I really hope that it's like they make it like rated R. Because that's like the best part about Blade is that it's just kind of ridiculous and like kind of gory, covered in blood type shit. That's like the only good thing about it.
I hope they bring in some other characters. I've been a stan for getting a Moon Knight movie.
Well, if they're doing Blade, I could totally see.
Moon Knight fought
Totally
Dracula.
Moon Knight.
So
yeah, I could like definitely see Moon Knight, especially because they like kind of did like the biggest heroes already, and they've retired several of them at this point. It's kind of like, what are they gonna do next? I kind of have a feeling with the Black Widow movie, either Scarlett Johansson is going to be completely done and she's just going to start producing, or she's going to come back to life.
So Black Widow is actually going to take place between Civil War and Infinity War. So she's done.
Oh, cool.
I think she's done.
Yeah, so she is done. Yeah, probably then.
Yeah.
But they probably had like one movie on a contract with her, and they were like,
you get your own, finally.
Yeah, which is cool because she deserves one. I think there's going to be a Hawkeye one too, or is that a series?
The series are Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, What If, which I'm super stoked about.
Yeah. I wonder what that means.
So that's like based on the comic runs where it's like something different happened. The one that I really want to see is What If the other half of people were snapped.
Oh, that'd
be pretty cool. Yeah. Then they have Hawkeye, and of course they announced the Fantastic Four is coming in Phase 5, and I'm so hyped.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's good that they're going to finally do that. Although, I don't know if I'm going to make it to Phase 5. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, dude, like, I really hope this shit doesn't burn out before then.
Yeah, it could.
Because they probably aren't going to. It's just like, the thing about the Fantastic Four IP is that it's cursed. So it's like, if they actually make a good Fantastic Four movie, I just think it's impossible. It would be like a fluke at this point. There's been a legitimate pattern of 4 really bad Fantastic Four movies.
I just hope they don't. I hope they do like a retro 60s one and they get like they work with Hank Pym or something, and they get stuck in the quantum realm, and
that would be pretty
like,
fun. Yeah.
John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic, as he was born to be, and I don't know. They are
actually that would be really good.
Yeah, that's been
that's really good.
And Emily Blunt is the Invisible Woman. Like, that's a power couple and a power couple. We got power couples in your power couples. No, I really want to see them do something awesome with it. I mean, it is like visually the coolest comics. So
yeah,
and the thing's
we'll
lame,
hopefully it goes in that direction. I think that's what they want to do. I mean, especially with Phase 3, they really broadened their horizons. Now they can go into space and the whole universe and all sorts of crap.
Oh, hell yeah.
And now there's no more Captain America, so they don't have to worry about being on the ground anymore.
Yeah, and they can consolidate it to their TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they're saying that they're going to be more tied in now. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm kind of excited to have something like the TV shows that doesn't have the Marvel formula, where they get to experiment again. So, I think that'll be fun.
On like a setting with less stakes. I'm excited for Loki.
Yeah, Loki's going to be tight. It's
it's just he's such a good character.
And plus, the idea of like some of these actors you'd never see in a TV show. You'd never see Tom Hiddleston in a TV show.
No,
never see Elizabeth Olsen.
It's gonna be
or Jeremy Renner.
It's gonna like not be a TV show. That's
they're gonna be short. They're gonna be like 6 episodes long. They're gonna be pretty palatable. They're spreading those out too, so that should be cool. I'm pretty hyped. But let's get into some fighting. Let's we talked a lot about Comic-Con. Let's talk about The Fighter. The Fighter.
Which is the movie of the week this week. The Fighter.
The Fighter.
The Fighter. The Fighter. They're fighting.
The fights.
Not you, not you, not you.
Not you.
I'm fighting.
I'm the one fighting here. Not you, and not you. Listen, Ma, I want you. And I want Dickie. And I want O'Malley. And I want you too, Charlene.
And I want Poblano. And I want...
What's wrong with that?
The other characters. Yeah.
I'm from Boston, and I can't play any other characters. So
it's such a shame. This is like got to be like the fucking 4th movie that Mark Wahlberg's done, where he has a Boston accent and like has a dysfunctional family.
Well, what is he? Irish American? Italian American?
I don't know. He's from Boston, so probably Irish American.
He's been in 69 movies.
He's been in 69 movies.
Nice. Apparently, he's, I wonder if he's gonna stop now.
Yeah, if he's like, that would be the ultimate nice.
Nice.
What was Mark Wahlberg's first movie?
Well, okay, a lot of these are video shorts.
Dude,
as Marky Mark.
He's looking kind of old now.
First movie was Fear? Or no, Basketball Diaries is Mickey. And that's also his name in this movie.
He only plays characters named Mickey.
Oh, I'm looking.
Did you know that?
I'm looking at it now.
There's a Danny Wahlberg. Danny. One of the lesser Wahlbergs.
Yeah, I wonder if he has any brothers named like.
He does.
He's got like a cousin named Marcus, and he's British. Hello, I'm Marcus Wahlberg. Nice to meet you. Not you.
All the Wahlbergs.
Not you. Not you. I'm the one fighting here. Thank you. Out of my way. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you.
Good day.
Good day. I want Dickie. You have to go head, body, head. My brother Dickie taught me this. Excuse me, pardon.
It's such a weird, different movie. They do go to England at one
They
point.
do. They fight an Irish
meet up
guy.
with Marcus. Yeah.
And his nickname is Irish in this movie. It's real weird.
Yeah. So, what do we do? Where do we start? We should do the budget first, right?
Yeah, we'll keep this one quick because we spent so much time on.
Yeah. There's honestly not a huge amount of stuff to talk about anyway. So we're gonna fire them off. We're gonna make it concise for you guys.
All right.
It's gonna be delicious.
Hit the song. Bing.
This is the budget breakdown.
Bing. Bang.
Bam.
All right. Budget breakdown. Okay.
Budget breakdown.
The production budget of this film was $25 million. It came out December 10th, 2010. It had a domestic total gross of $93 million with $129 million worldwide.
That's not bad
Open
for a movie like this.
Number 4 overall on its wide opening weekend, and its opening was 13% of its gross. It is the 7th highest ranking boxing movie of all time.
Wow, behind Rocky 1, Rocky 2,
Nope.
Rocky 3,
Rocky 3, yeah.
Rocky 4,
Rocky 4 is number 1 overall.
Rocky 5,
Nope.
Rocky 6,
No.
Rocky 7,
No.
and then it's The Fighter. Probably Southpaw by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Southpaw's number 13.
Oh, damn. Well, worth a shot.
The one right below it's actually probably the funniest one to be on the list of sports boxing movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
Is it Fight Club?
No.
Because it's just not that kind of movie.
No, it's not about...
because that would be funny. I'm trying to think. What was the... oh, my God. It was like a spin-off. It was somebody that Rocky fought in, like, the first movie. It wasn't Khal Drogo or whatever. Who was it?
Who's Khal Drogo's kid?
No, it wasn't. It was
Apollo Creed's kid.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, it was Creed.
And
Is Creed up in there? What's
Creed
that?
and
Creed and Creed
Yep.
2? I don't
that's
know.
4 and 5.
Oh, really? Cool.
Wow, you got one more. You've gotten all of them. It's Rocky 1, 3, 4, Creed 1, 2, and one that's not in a series. Won an Oscar.
$1 Million
That is
Baby.
correct. And then
that or Cinderella Man is probably in
Cinderella
there
Man's
too.
number 11. The one right below it, though, I will say, it has Hugh Jackman in it.
Oh, is it Robot Jocks?
It's
or not Robot Jocks? It's
so close. You know which movie it is.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, Robot. It's like Robo. It's something like Robot Jocks.
It's
what is
Real
it?
Steel.
Oh, Real Steel. Robot Jocks is a fucking shitty like TV movie that came out in the 80s. Real Steel. Have you ever seen Real Steel?
I've seen 20 minutes of Real Steel, and I wanted to die.
It's kind of captivating. Like, all I'm saying is that it's basically the same story as The Fighter. But
Hugh Jackman's
it's just about, like...
Oh, good day. Not you. Not you. Not you.
Yeah.
I'm the one fighting with the robot here.
Yeah. You honestly, it kind of is. It's kind of like the dog movie we watched. What was it, Jax or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Jaws, whatever the name of the dog
it was
movie
Axel.
was. What the fuck
Axel.
was it? Axel. Yeah, when I say Jax.
I disagree because
thing.
I was like, I don't want to remember that movie. Come on, dude.
Yeah. It's kind of like Robot Jox, or I already forgot the real name of the movie. Real Steel. It's a lot like Axel. It seems like the same level of production. We should watch Real Steel. I would like totally be into watching that with you.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah.
All right. So I guess we made that quick. Let's get into expectations. What were you expecting when I did the bad Mark Wahlberg impression and said we're watching a Christian Bale Mark Wahlberg movie?
I expected Christian Bale to overshadow Mark Wahlberg. I don't like Christian Bale very much at all. I think he's kind of, I don't know. There's something about him that I just fucking hate. Maybe it might be the mole on his nose.
Might be.
Or the fact that he's British and does a really good American accent. Like somehow bugs the
jobs.
shit out of me. Yeah, it somehow fucking bothers me. That and I can't stand his voice in Batman. Just like all these little things, and I heard him like lose his shit on set.
Oh, yeah.
There's like
He,
a video of him just like losing his mind. Yeah. And so like all of that stuff added together, I'm just like, man, that guy's a fucking asshole. But I have to admit, he does a really good job in this movie.
A really good job.
Like, and Mark Wahlberg, we like goof on him for sucking, but every so often Mark Wahlberg will pull like a really good performance out of nowhere. And he's not horrible, but he acts like a fucking brick next to Christian Bale. But Christian Bale's like all animated and like gives a fuck, and he's like there and he's like bringing his all. And Mark Wahlberg just kind of seems like he doesn't really care, or that there's not much going on in his head. I don't really know.
Maybe
It's kind of hard
fair,
to describe
because he is a boxer. He gets a lot of hits to the head.
True, but so was Christian Bale's character.
Yeah, he was
and
also
he was also a
crack.
crackhead. Yeah. So
Well,
maybe that's why he was so animated. Regardless, he did a really great job, but we'll talk about that when we get to the pros. I don't know. I expected to like this movie because it just struck me as that kind of Oscar bait movie that I would be like, oh, I would never watch it of my own volition. Yeah. Like, I would never pursue this movie. I know. But now that I'm forced to watch it, it's like, yeah, it's good.
It is good.
I mean, it was good. Yeah. So, not my kind of movie at all.
But that gives
I'm going to say that before you say anything else.
I mean, like, listen, it's a really nice thing that you have terrible gore movies and I have Oscar bait because neither one of us have seen the other ones.
Yeah, it actually works out really well. So,
works out great.
Yeah, I just like, I would never, I didn't even know this movie existed. I would never pursue, I don't really care about boxing.
No one does.
Like, really at all. I don't know. My girlfriend did like a boxing camp last year, and she was like all into it. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll get into boxing, to support my girl. And but like that's like come and gone, and now it's like, yeah, well, I guess it's cool.
It's hard.
It's hitting people.
It's
really hard.
athletic,
I did a couple classes. Yeah,
I have respect for athleticism.
It's really fucking hard. Yeah, I remember like going and like always feeling better afterwards, even though I got hit in the face a lot. Because I was not very good.
I believe it. We used to have this really creepy guy at my gym. His name was Cassius, and he did boxing. Yeah. And he would always have me try and punch, the mitts. It's like, you're really natural. And I'm like, cool, dude. Stop being creepy to girls here. Man. And then I almost worked at a boxing, like cardio boxing studio. But then my schedule didn't work out with them, so.
Aw, that would be fun. That'd be a cool thing for you to learn how to do. It's like super, super good cardio.
Yeah,
and they'll make you like jump rope and shit.
I can't believe I made it through an hour-long boxing class.
Yeah,
Like where you're just hitting the bag for an hour. I'm like, I can't believe I pushed myself to do that. That's the most cardio I've done since college. Like.
Yeah. It's like, it's really challenging. It gets to the point where your arms get so tired that just holding your hands up with the gloves is like exhausting. So yeah, that shit's cool.
Yeah. But they made it so trendy. Like, I was the only, like burly guy, like, kind of, because, let's face it, we're the most jacked movie podcast, so I, like,
In the nation.
Not worldwide. There's one Filipino podcast.
There's one, like, with, like, weird aggression issues.
Yeah.
Right?
It's called the Testing Movies
Filipino.
podcast. do a lot of tests and
push
then,
them to the limit,
and then watch
and then they break them.
But yeah, so for this movie I was expecting, the first time I saw it I really loved it, second time I saw it really loved it, but I kind of have this memory of this movie as being really bleak in terms of just like the characters bummed me out.
Yeah, some of them kind of are a bummer.
Yeah, and very
not, stuck in their ways.
Yeah, and it's just like very like, it's got this lens on blue collar life that's almost like looking down on them, I think, or at least that's how I remembered it. I was kind of more torn about that this time around, but it was like kind of, it's like if Trailer Park Boys was not a comedy and was boxing.
About boxing. Yeah, that's really accurate. Yeah. There's some very specific parts that seem that way, for sure.
The sisters. Beaver, Red Dog, Tar, Pork, and Little Alice.
You know all of their names?
I'm looking at the page.
I couldn't... I couldn't distinguish any of them from each other.
You don't like Pork?
They were all just one character. Which one was Pork? Who names their kid Pork?
That was her nickname. Because it was...
what was her real name? Her real name was Ham.
And they're like, you're not cooked yet, girl. There's Alice, Kathy, Cindy, Donna, Gail, Phyllis. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know
and Dickie
any
Mickey.
of their names. I don't know when they said them.
They did that one scene at the bar where they were going through everyone's names in front of the HBO people.
Through the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They did everybody. So, well, it was really for the movie audience.
Yeah.
So you could see who they all are. But, yeah, that was actually pretty good use of exposition. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. All right.
They used, I think, the documentary. We might as well get into pros. I think they used the documentary stylings to, like, kind of accent how everything was going on, and they twisted it on itself, I think. Pretty
effectively towards the end, because they have you think Dickie is under this impression that the documentary is going to be about his life as a famous boxer, when in reality it's an HBO documentary on the effects of being a crackhead. And it's like the twist is actually really, really great. Mm-hmm. If we're gonna get into spoilers, basically, you kind of are under this impression. I think there's a line that's kind of like thrown in there where they're like they're doing the documentary about being a crackhead, and Dickie like still doesn't believe it because he's really self-obsessed and he still thinks. And then when they finally reveal this documentary that HBO's been making, and it's like the first scene is like him all like cracked out in a car, like touching pythons and stuff, and it's like, it's pretty bizarre. It's really good. It makes you really feel for him. I think that was like his arc like beginning to finalize, which I thought was really good, because Dickie's arc was great.
Man, that scene, like, I've had friends who are drug addicts and they've luckily gotten out of that, but when he was watching himself in the documentary, he gets really upset when his kid comes on. Like, that was really real, and I loved that part. And he like makes him turn off the TV. He's gonna fucking fight the giant tatted dude.
Yeah,
it's like, I still got it.
I want to watch it. Yeah. It's like, oh man, dude, Dickie's just arc is so good, and he's like obnoxious. He's like not accountable for himself, and like just like all these like really like he just sucks at the beginning, and he talks like such huge talk because he was popular 15 years ago or whenever it was, but and like it's a detriment to his younger brother who's like starting to come up, but unfortunately, because he has to live in his brother's shadow a little bit, he's always kind of doubting himself. But then when that arc comes back around and Dickie gets off the drugs and he realizes that it's now his brother's time to shine, it's like fucking awesome. Like he kicks that like super narcissistic self-obsession and like really gets to pass on like the good stuff that he has to say to his younger brother, which was just heartwarming to the core.
And just watching him walk up to the crack house and like say no to their fucking faces and give him the cake and just like, see ya, like,
pretty fucking awesome, right?
That was cool. Like, and he's just, because he's like licking his teeth. He looks like he's jonesing when he walks up, and he just,
and he probably is.
I mean, come on, he's only been in jail for what?
He overcomes it. That is his arc finishing. Like, his arc is done.
Yeah, and it's like
now he's come full circle, or he's come back around.
And you love to see it. You do, because like, come on, there aren't enough happy endings.
Yeah, and it's like, even though he kind of is an obnoxious character, it's like, you realize, like, at the end, it's like, oh, he's actually a good guy, and he means the best. He just got caught up in some bad shit. But then he actually he ends up, like, spurring his younger brother on to, like, really win. Yeah. It's cool. It's like, it gets you right there. It's like, you like the underdog story, which they kind of, I don't think they fully executed very well, the underdog story. Because Mickey himself, does he really have an arc?
I mean, his arc is he meets a girl with no character, and then well, I guess he gets to, he kind of it's about him getting out from underneath his family's thumb a little bit,
right?
And
family, like, maybe making his own name.
Yeah, family doesn't always know for your what's best for you. These aren't trained professionals, and he gave up a lot of opportunities for his family. He gets to still win it for his family, but he gets to win it on his terms. And I think that's a decent arc, but it is really...
That is a good arc, yeah. But, dude, everything about Mark Wahlberg is just so overshadowed by how excellent Christian Bale is in this movie. It's really good. It's like, he just, like, completely steals the whole movie away from Mark Wahlberg.
It's awesome. I mean... I knew that this would kind of, like, show you his acting chops, because I get the Christian Bale hate, but this is a movie that I definitely remember being like, yeah, but that's a really good Christian Bale role, and he looks like skinny, really cracked out, and all that.
Yeah, he does. He just, like, he does that thing where he physically gets into the role, and that's always been his thing. Like, he's a really adaptable actor, and that's why he has such a wide range too, I think. Is because he'll get really buff for, like, a Batman movie, and then he'll just get, like, really fat for the Dick Cheney movie or American Hustle.
Yeah.
It's just like he's just all over the place, and it's almost like it's a little shocking, and it makes you, like, kind of worry for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, because he went from in 2008, 2009, he was Bruce Wayne, John Connor. Next year he was Dickie. 2 years after that he was Dark Knight again. So. He's bouncing around, so he's probably doing steroids. Oh, but definitely doing steroids, but also anorexia.
So, have you ever seen The Machinist?
Oh yeah, he is fucked up in that movie.
Yeah, that is the most shocking I've ever seen him, and that was like a year before Batman Begins.
Yeah, listen, I was seeing people complain about how Mahershala Ali is playing Blade, and he's like gonna be in his late 40s, like. He's not going to look studly enough to be whatever. I'm like, weird thing to care about. But you have to get used to the fact that everyone in Hollywood is on peds. Like, that's just a fact. I make fun of it a lot. I say that, The Rock's a roided out freak. If you think he's not, you're a moron. You're absolutely dumb.
He, like, absolutely has to be. He doesn't even preach, like, a clean living lifestyle. Like, he doesn't say that he's not on steroids, so he's probably on fucking steroids.
Literally, you can't get as bit as The Rock naturally. You literally, he was in WWE, and everyone in WWE is on roids or some other PED. Yeah. Like, Dave Bautista is also on PEDs. Fucking, hate to break it to you, but probably Chris Hemsworth's son.
Chris Hemsworth probably
he's always ripped year round.
Do you see Chris Hemsworth? Do you see him, like, between like shoots though? Like, I feel like he gets, like, really juiced up for, like, Thor roles, and then he loses it and, like, is just a normal person again.
Yeah.
For like in between shoots.
I mean, in between shoots. Well, the thing is during these shoots, these guys are, like, water deprived, and they're kind of just doing caloric deficit to make sure they're as lean as possible for that one shirtless scene that they have, and so they look as vascular as possible. It's classic bodybuilding tricks.
Totally, yeah.
But yeah, it's super unhealthy. So they blow it out between shoots, but they're still like, "Whoa, wow, you're 5'8" and you're 205 pounds. How?" Yeah.
It's fucking impossible. Like, without, it's just how it is. I mean, like, I don't know. It's the thing is that. Is there really, like, you could say it's cheating, but, like, when it comes to, like, cosmetic, like, stuff like that and steroid use, does it really matter if they're just in a movie?
Oh, no, like, they're not being tested for it. I mean, It doesn't fucking
it's
matter.
just like,
I mean,
and I think the only thing you could say is like, oh, well, they're damaging their health. It's just like, probably not as much as you might think.
Probably.
Because I guarantee you they can afford a nutritionist
and doctor,
who's going to make sure.
Making sure it's administered properly. Like, listen, if someone was like, okay, Avery, you get to be the Human Torch in what will be the greatest Fantastic Four movie ever, very low bar, but you have to get as big as possible if you want to get the role, and you're going to make, $15 million. You'd be like,
I'd be like,
yeah, I'll take steroids, thank you.
That'll be great. Yeah. I can afford steroids. Somebody just gives you $15 million, like, you can just do it. And you can hire really good nutritionists and really good doctors to make sure you're doing it as safe as possible.
Because Mark Wahlberg just blew up like over 1 year, and he's just now a big Mark Swoleberger. Whatever.
Yeah, he's a Swoleberger. Mark Swoleberger. Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's just like it's the only time I feel like steroids are at all immoral, or when it comes to like sports.
Unless
it's just
everyone's
like that's
doing
cheating.
If everyone's doing them, then that's fine.
Like, and everybody has the same access to it, and the same bar is set.
Yeah, I feel like there should be like leagues, like there should be college, clean league, and just freak league.
The freak league.
Yeah.
It'd be like the XFL.
Yeah. Oh, the Extreme Football League.
Have you heard of the XFL?
Everyone's 6'7" and fucking like 305, but always ripped you around, and they're throwing the ball. They have to lengthen the fucking, and it's 2 football fields now because they just are hurling these balls.
They're just too big,
and it's going like clear 150
the
yards.
ball's like heavier.
Yeah.
One team just has a fucking minotaur.
It's a cannon. Yeah, it's a cannonball they're using.
It's like made out of the same material as a cannonball, but it's shaped like a football.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One team has a minotaur, the other has an orc, an Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings. This sounds awesome, dude. This sounds fucking awesome.
Listen,
we're geniuses.
I mean, I'd rather watch that than like the NBA. It's like, LeBron James is on fucking so many peds, and what, everyone should be on as many.
Do you really think so?
There was literally one season where he was like having an off time. Then he went on an R&R back to Miami. He was in Cleveland after being in Miami. And he went back to Miami. Suddenly he's amazing again. Crazy how that happened. He went and saw some like old physical therapist and then suddenly he's playing like out of his mind. It's like, come on, dude. Have you ever played basketball? 10 minutes and I feel like I'm gonna die. They play 36 minutes 82 times in like 7 months.
Dude, they
should be
definitely
losing weight. He gained 5 pounds during a game once.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah. Wait, how does that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Nothing makes sense, Avery.
Oh my god.
But what really doesn't make sense? How the sports work in this movie. Turning it back around.
Oh my god, dude. The boxing
is so bad.
For a movie about boxing, it was pretty bad. There were some of like the most cartoon, like meat smacking sound effects I have ever heard for punches. They were like it was so stupid. I was
How do you
like,
think they folded that? Was it 2 pieces of ham being slapped together?
Dude, I bet you they like just went back to like the 80s and just took like cartoon punch sound effects.
How do they make
like
those?
There was like a blammo in there, I swear to God.
And then the announcer, especially in that last fight, you'd see fucking Mark Wahlberg land a solid uppercut that looked terrible. And a lot of the blocking was really bad, but like he'd land an uppercut,
dude, especially for Mark Wahlberg.
yeah. Well, his actually
it just looked so stiff and like bored. There were parts where it was like supposed to be intense and fast paced, and it just like didn't look intense. And it looks like they set up for it.
Yeah, they look like they
then added in some punch sound effects.
Lightly greased him and he was not into. He should have reloaded his biceps, like in fucking Fallout,
like Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible.
That's still like my favorite move is the bicep reload. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, he replaces his like cuffs in his watch. I think is like really what he's doing. But it looks like he's reloading his biceps.
Yeah, just kind of getting the stiffness out of the arms. I can't even do it as cool as him. I've been doing it in the mirror a lot.
Dude, it's the tie and dress shirt when you're about to kick somebody's ass that makes it look cool.
Is it the hair? Better not be the hair.
Dude, it's his hair. It might be his hair too, but he has a mustache. Like, man, that's a cool look.
Yeah, dude.
That's a fucking cool look.
I hate Henry Cavill as an actor, but he's great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mission Impossible, Fallout 4.
I am excited for The
New
Witcher.
Vegas. Dude, I am not.
It's gonna be so bad, dude. It's gonna be great.
I think it looks like shit.
It's gonna be so. I think the character design looks good though.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like it's not gonna be a good show. The thing is that when stuff is made after video games, it is guaranteed to be bad.
I think they're making after the books though.
I didn't even know there were books.
Yeah, it's because you're a moron, Avery.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you have it, guys.
Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry.
You heard it here. Oh my God. Well,
Now's when you start
what do we have?
So we said.
Are there any other negatives about this movie? I mean,
so the point I was gonna make was, he does an uppercut and the announcer goes, "Oh," and he lands a really great cross, and I'm like, "That's not a cross."
It's just not that. Yeah.
I think Amy Adams was underused and like kind of an annoying character.
She really was. You mean Amy McRachel McAdams?
I mean Charlene.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlene.
Charlene. Why you fuck off, Charlene? That was one of the sisters. Dude, my Boston accent's too good. You just have to slightly give yourself brain accent.
Dude, it's your Mark Wahlberg impression that's so good because he kind of talks like this, like all the time.
Listen,
but with a Boston accent.
His name's Mickey Ward because he sounds a little like Mickey Mouse. What's wrong with that, huh?
He just sounds like that all the time.
I want you there, Ma.
Mark Wahlberg.
And I want Charlene too, and I want Vicky, and I want O'Keefe. What's wrong with that?
God. Yeah, so there you go, Mark Wahlberg. Everyone, he's on the podcast. What like? There's got to be some like negatives here, right? Like, this movie wasn't all good, other than like the poor, like I don't know, the poor boxing in a movie about boxing.
I think boxing was more of a backdrop, and that's why they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
No,
it's
I haven't.
Kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, guys used to be a wrestler, down on his luck, meets a girl, comes back up to wrestling, and I think dies during a wrestling match.
Oh my God. So like, that's not funny. But yeah. So it's like, I think you might be right because the boxing really wasn't the focus of the movie. It was about the characters. Mm-hmm. Really, it was about Dickie.
Yeah,
this movie was about Dickie. You know,
the movie was about the
Charlene
second
was
build.
underused.
Yeah, Charlene. Yeah. They were just like, can we get Amy Adams mostly naked? I'm David O. Russell. I like 3 actors, and they're in all of my movies. It's Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, and Amy Adams.
Yep. So I don't know, man. Like, I can't really think of any other cons. This movie's just so like. Just there for me.
Really?
Like, because it wasn't bad. It's like I felt myself like engaged. It was paced really well. But the thing is like the source material, like it clearly wasn't made for people who are into boxing. Not that I am, but I mean like I have like a surface level interest in boxing, and even I could tell that like some of the stuff that they were saying and doing just was like they put it in there to make it seem like it was a movie about boxing, but in reality it's just a movie about like crack.
Yeah, it's a movie about like drugs and success in blue collar sub-suburban America.
Yeah, which is like kind of like a better topic than just about boxing. Boxing just like happened to be in there. I thought it was like weird how easy it seemed for him to like his come up was so easy. Like he was just like, I'm just gonna box, and then all of a sudden like he's on HBO.
Yeah. Well, I think HBO used to do like, most of the boxing things back when this was actually happening, I think.
Yeah. But there was like thousands of people watching him. It's just like, where was like the boxing fight where it's just like 4 people show up and like one of them's a lizard person and the other one's like his mom and Bigfoot's there
just
like creeping around in the back.
Mark Wahlberg,
like where's like the really like low bottom of the barrel like local match that takes place at like the rec center after it's closed, or at like a local Denny's. It's called the Denny's Grand Slam.
God, you suck, but that's brilliant.
Like where was that match? It was just like he went from like the first fight that he was doing that was supposed to be the local fight, like hundreds of people were there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how did he rally these people? You know?
I mean, like, maybe it's a lull thing. I mean, I think he had a bit of clap behind his name because of his brother. Because his brother was, like, the hottest shit to ever come from Lowell, according to himself, of course.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right? Yeah.
But
I don't know. But then you find out, like, later in the movie, and I think it's part of Christian Bale's arc, too, that, like, the fight was kind of just botched. So he basically only won on, like, a technicality because the other guy tripped or something like that. So, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, like, that seemed... there was not enough come up for me. The come up... It felt like he was just right back in there, and all he needed to do was believe in himself. There was no, like, you know, like, rallying, you know, the core people and getting the fans. There was no fan interaction. There was none of that.
Yeah, you didn't.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
all you got was like the HBO clips.
Yeah, it went like right to the HBO clips, and they were like not good. They did that thing. I don't know how they do it, but they used like an HBO like sports camera.
Yeah,
and it made it look like it was like broadcast on television, which was like really bizarre because you could see like actors you knew like through that lens. Which just kind of felt like it was very bizarre. Like, I don't know why they did that instead of using like a higher resolution camera. I don't know why those cameras have such a distinct appearance.
Yeah, those
really
in-ring boxing cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's something like very washed out about it. I don't know if it's just like the lighting or it's like the way they move too, and like the frame rate that they capture at just looks like very different than like a cinematic camera would, but I don't know why they wouldn't just use like a cinematic camera.
Yeah.
Well,
wait, who is the guy he fought that was the Jewish?
He actually didn't fight him. His name was like
Mike Mungeon?
Slalom or something.
No. He ended up fighting Mike Mungeon, right?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I think the first guy he was supposed to fight a black Jewish guy.
Yeah, and then he fought the guy who was like supposedly a welterweight, which is 145, but looked like...
Oh, that's right.
Like fucking Jason... No, The Rock. He looked like The Rock. Or like
he was
just
like
huge.
Enormous.
He was Big Man Japan.
Yeah, but he fought Big Man Japan at one point, too.
Yeah, he's like... I loved his line, though. His one line was great, where he's like, if you got off the fucking couch, I want that couch.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good.
Oh, man.
Shit, I have to pause. I have the hiccups. We gotta stop for 1 sec. Oh my god. Record. Well, now that I've been cured of my horrible hiccups, that was terrible, man. I'm telling you, I get really bad hiccups.
Yeah. Well, it's the lupus.
Now that that's done, yeah, it's probably the lupus. That or the jaundice, one of the two. But now that that's done, we should finish off our episode with a rousing game of, the 5-word thing we do. and some ratings and reviews. Ash, would you like to start?
Yeah. I'm going to go with crack is whack, also WAHLBERG. Because he's also whack.
That described the entire movie so well. That's all this movie's about. Also, Mark Wahlberg's in there.
Yeah, no, I still like this movie. I mean, is it my favorite Oscar bait movie? No, it's really not.
Is it an Oscar bait movie?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yes.
It is, the quintessential Christian Bale movie. If you only showed people this of Christian Bale, they would think he's like one of our greatest actors. But unfortunately, he has an entire filmography that's like, I'm in the Jungle Book.
I don't know. I think he's good. He's definitely good.
Yeah.
I hate admitting it, but
yeah, that's right. Damn fucking straight. I did it. I did it, guys.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, it's decent. It's enjoyable. It's got some. It's got a weird tone thing to it. Some really great character arcs, though. I'm gonna give it a 7.8 out of 10.
Nice. That's fair. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is a good movie.
I have stuff to say about the tone. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Yeah, this is a good movie. It legitimately is. My 5 words are, I think Mark Wahlberg's there. Because goddamn did he get overshadowed by Christian Bale in this. The Fighter was a movie that was really well paced and actually kind of had me drawn in for being a movie about something that I pretty much have no interest in. 2 things, really. Crack and boxing. So it was
not crack anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, no, I've never done crack.
Well, I mean,
but now that
party, remember
no, I've never done crack. Oh yeah. Oh, I've killed a guy, but I never. No, I've never killed anyone. I've never
I lied to say I was on crack because I enjoyed the killing. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, this movie, for being about boxing, was kind of fun, although the boxing kind of wasn't very good. Mark Wahlberg acts like he's, like, a loaf of bread, and especially compared to Christian Bale, who was just so hyper-animated and played the role of a crackhead so fucking well. It makes me wonder if he's actually a crackhead. He did an excellent job, seriously, like, really well executed. He deserves the award he got for this role, because he deserves the Grammy he got for this role. Just gonna say it right there.
I'm not rye. I'm not wheat. I'm not sourdough.
He's a loaf of bread, dude. It's just like, in some of those boxing things, the way that they were blocked, like the way that the places that they had the actors stand and the way that the camera was set up, it looked like they were getting set up. There's like a way that they could have cut it in time to make the punches look more real. And they didn't do that.
There was one where just the guy's head moves fully before the fist, and it is a close-up shot, and I'm like, you couldn't reshoot that?
Yeah. I don't think I, like, noticed that, like really when I saw it, and I was like, oh, that should be reshot. But I think my brain did. My brain just, like, put it together, like, there's some kind of lag in the way that there's something wrong about the way that it's all blocked, and it unfortunately, the boxing scenes just didn't look good. It just didn't look good because of that. The meat slapping noises, which I think were supposed to, like, compensate a little bit for the like, probably they shot everything, and then when they were going through it and editing, they were like, oh, this actually looks not very good. Let's turn up the Foley a little bit, or in, like, the ADR, and see if we can, like, get a little more oomph out of this, because it just, like, it did not look very good.
Just get a bigger hammer to hit those stakes for the sound.
Well, I think that's what they tried to do, and it ended up, like, drawing more attention to it, which was, I think, unfortunate. But I mean, aside from that, like, the characters were generally written pretty well, with the exception of Amy Adams.
Charlene.
Yeah, and with the exception of her, like, and, like, obviously there were, like, the tertiary characters, like the siblings. All of those sisters were the same character. The mom was, like, so nuts. I thought she was actually, like, one of the highlights. She was just totally overprotective. But even she had a good arc. Like, she came around at the end. She was, like, learning to let go. And Mark Wahlberg kind of had that arc where he's like, I'm getting out from underneath my parents' like supervision, doing my own thing. Dickie's arc was so good, and like seriously, Christian Bale elevated this movie, which I can't believe I'm saying those words. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give The Fighter a 7 out of 10, conditionally, because if Christian Bale playing Dickie was not in that movie, this movie would be like a 5. Like, it's just almost forgettable, but his performance was so memorable.
He was.
So,
it was really good.
Yeah, so, yeah, I found that to be quite enjoyable. But, yeah.
We did it. We watched it.
We did it.
And
we did it. We watched The Fighter. We talked about The Fighter and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Shoot, we got a lot of stuff done in this hour. Shit.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. We got some more stuff coming up. I don't know if we should call it on the air, but I think Craig's going to be on the next episode, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be watching The Autopsy of Jane Doe with us and hearing us as we're going to have someone on live as we announce our picks for the next month.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
I think
that's happened with us before. I think Chad was on an episode where we
picked. Someone was, but I say we give him a show. I say bring your shit, I'll bring my shit, let's fucking throw down. Meet me in the alley.
Yeah.
Let's go. Bring your
dude. Meet me at Denny's after hours. Let's do this shit.
We both get one roll of quarters.
Yeah. Yeah. To buy stuff in the vending machine with afterwards.
Because we're going to need snacks. We're going to get tired from all the fighting.
We're going to need snacks. Yeah.
Want to fight and get snacks? What?
Yeah. Not you. Not you. I want Dickie and Cheetos.
It's like pants shopping.
All right.
Listen, Charlie, I want Dickies and I want Chinos.
I want Dickies and I want Chinos and I want Poblanos too.
And I want mom jeans.
Oh my god. All right. Oh my god, guys. Thank you so much for listening to For the Story. We will talk to you next week for The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Ooh, horror movie.
Yeah, I'll be all moved in. It's gonna be really echoey because I gotta figure out how I'm gonna soundproof my new room. But it's gonna be great. We love you so much. Thank you for listening. We love you all. Goodbye.
Not you. 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 Double D.